Slow play, it's an issue that affects everybody who plays the game, and yet nobody seems to have actually managed to solve it. Recently, we caught up with pace of play guru Bill Yates in Melbourne, who says the problem is one that has many facets and not one simple solution.
I'm not necessarily, and this is what makes me kind of unique in a way, everybody says, well, what do you do to make the players go faster? And I said, I don't really worry about the players. And I mean it honestly. I work with the management company, the management team at the golf course, and teach them and work with them to find out what it should be and what it is. And now we need to kind of figure that it should be this time, it's this time, so we're trying to move ourselves down. I have what I call 5 major factors that impact the pace of play. Management practices, player behavior, what everybody typically looks at is a key. Player ability, the maintenance and setup of a golf course, and finally the course design. So we look at those 5 things to make an improvement and find what the root causes of any slow play are and then take care of it. First thing we'll do is I'll just observe and see what they're doing, see what their practices are. I don't go in and say, I have the answer and I don't even know what the question is, you see. Then we'll get an idea of what it should take for a 4-ball to play the golf course when the course is full. Then we continue our observation to see how they're actually loading the golf course. There's starting intervals, if there's a starter, if the marshals are in place and they're doing anything. Once I get all that, then we sit down for about 3 hours and have a training session. And then together after that, we'll go back out on the course for a day or so. We'll be able to see that, by gosh, we went from here down to here and we did it in 3 days. And then I kind of tiptoe away and they keep it going. But I've worked in major courses in Pebble Beach, for example, the old course at St. Andrews. I worked with the RNA on the Open Championship, and I worked with the USGA on their Open Championships, men's and women's, and we've done it from anywhere in the U.S. anyway, from public or municipal facilities all the way up to the high-end country clubs. This is my first trip to Australia, so I don't have a big list because I've only been here for a week. I'd love to get a list because this is just a beautiful place. It's interesting, the pros and the elite amateurs play obviously a different game than the public, the casual players. The players on the recreational level take a long time to get from the tee to the green. The players at the professional level do that very efficiently, yeah. But then they take their time around the green. I think the tours are trying to get something in place, but it seems to be very difficult for them to do that, and for good reason. I mean, it's just a difficult nut to crack. When I look at pace of play, I look at it differently from anyone else. When I saw that the United States Golf Association came up with call it pace rating system, I thought, that's it. I'll be able to apply my knowledge to the passion that I have in the game. And by golly, I've done it, and it's been marvelous. Here I am in Australia, for heaven's sakes, because of this.